On this episode of Beyond the Bean on Air, the soybean industry meets to identify new challenges and opportunities for U.S. soybeans and the farmers who grow them. New soybean varieties offer healthier oils and healthier profits. And we'll visit the National Center for Soybean Biotechnology at the University of Missouri to learn about new traits that may pay off. Hi, I'm Mike Adams, and welcome to the all-new Beyond the Bean on Air, brought to you by the United Soybean Board and the Soybean Checkoff. The farmers who lead the Soybean Checkoff created this show to keep all U.S. soybean farmers up to date on soybean checkoff efforts to help boost your on-farm profit potential. Recently, I sat down with the new chairman of the United Soybean Board to discuss opportunities and challenges for the future. Mark, thank you for joining us. Why do you hold the Connections meeting?
Well, you said it in front in the introduction, Mike. It's bringing all together all aspects of the industry, both farmer side and the processor side, the marketer side, the research side, everybody that's involved in the soybean industry to brainstorm new ideas and to get direction towards where we need to go in the future.
I know that led to some intense discussions. What was decided?
Yes, it was 2 days of intense discussions. New ideas on new product development, new ideas on international marketing, some ideas on what we need to be doing with transportation and those type things.
Now, how do you make those ideas happen? What are the next steps to implement those ideas?
Well, Mike, with the increase in crop size that we have and increase in price, USB has some resources today that we haven't had in the past. We are going through an intensive strategic planning process so that we can lay out the groundwork, the pathway more or less, to take some of these ideas that we came up with in Connections and put them into play, and see if we can't help the soybean farmer even more than we have in the past.
So a lot of preparation goes into this.
Absolutely. We're laying out a roadmap to go down the road to get to where we need to go. You can't go somewhere if you don't know how you're going to get there.
Bottom line, return on investment for farmers.
Absolutely. USB has a history of returning a 6-to-1 return on investment to the farmer's invested dollar. We want to make sure that we continue that, even with additional resources. We continue that 6-to-1 return on investment.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mike.
Mark Curtis, Chairman of the United Soybean Board. Maintaining demand for U.S. soybean oil is a top priority for the Soybean Checkoff. Mike Orso explains how new, healthier soybean oils may drive edible oil sales.
To help ensure U.S. soybean farmers continue to meet the demand for healthy foods, the Checkoff keeps health professionals, including dietitians, well informed on the latest soy and health research.
The Food and Nutrition Expo with the ADA is a really exciting conference for us. I mean, everyone's here. You can really get a feel for what's going on in the industry, and we get great questions from dietitians on all sorts of subjects.
I'm also here partly because I'm diabetic and gluten intolerant. Soybeans are very healthy for us. They have all the amino acids in them, in soybeans. It's a complete protein source for humans. 25 grams, a small amount of soybeans, will also help in the human diet.
More soybean oil is used in the foods we eat than any other edible oil. It's one of the healthiest oils available, but U.S. soybean farmers want to make it even better.
Specifically targeting traits in the beans, so they produce oils that are higher in omega-3 fatty acids, lower in saturated fats, and have different fatty acid profiles that offer the food service industry some great options.
Research shows that soy protein reduces LDL cholesterol, and the FDA-approved health claim for soy states that eating 25 grams of soy a day as part of a diet low in saturated fat and cholesterol may reduce the risk of heart disease. Other benefits of soy consumption continue to be studied by researchers around the world. I'm Mike Orso reporting for Beyond the Bean on Air.
Now let's go inside the National Soybean Biotechnology Center to learn about traits coming for new U.S. soybean varieties.
Inside these greenhouses, researchers grow soybeans that offer higher quality soybean oil. These new U.S. soybeans promise nutritional benefits for consumers. And ultimately, these innovations could help address demands for healthier, more functional oils.
Soybeans are good oil, but just changing the oil to higher oleic makes it so much better. It's so much more functional, not only for health benefits and for food and for frying, It's more heat stable. You can use it in lubricants. It's better for biofuels, and it just can be used in so many more products. So it just makes it a more functional oil.
Dr. Shannon and his team screened thousands of soybean lines before discovering 2 genes for increased oleic acid. They crossed those genes to develop a new high oleic trait.
It takes a minimum of 7 years to really get a variety from the time you make a cross. But with marker-assisted breeding, we can cut that down to maybe 5 years.
The Soybean Checkoff helped fund the development of research tools, including marker-assisted selection. This can help speed up the development of new U.S. soybean varieties. The sooner U.S. soybean farmers can get a hold of these varieties, the sooner they could see more opportunities for profit. I'm Abby Stutzman reporting for Beyond the Bean On Air.
Thanks for joining us on the all-new Beyond the Bean On Air. Be sure to watch our next episode as you'll see how your soybean checkoff investments help maintain your right to farm.